everyone, and welcome to Bluegrass Planet Radio. I am your host, DJ Delta Dawn, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. Actually, I wasn't supposed to be here with you today, but because I was so sick the other day, our guest today, we were not able to do the interview, and I have to say I'm on the mend, I hope. I'm better than I was, but I had no voice the other day. It would not have been good to do an interview, but I'm so thankful and excited that they weren't playing out somewhere today and they were available and could be here with us on our show. I want to give you a little background on who they are because you're just going to absolutely love them if you don't know who they are. First of all, and most importantly, they are an all-female band, and I love all-female bands anyway. But they specialize in bluegrass, country, and gospel music, and playing traditional bluegrass instruments. They are best known for their vocal harmonies and original music, and they've earned the name the Sweethearts of Bluegrass because these girls absolutely know how to entertain a crowd. But in their shows, not only do they have great music and great musicianship, they incorporate humor, stories, and lots of good toe-tapping music. And with their set of traditional songs mixed with their original music, you have a delicious concoction that will please any audience. And I am just so excited about this group. For one thing, they are based right here in my home state of North Carolina, and I always love to bring on guests that are, excuse me, my cough, I'm sorry. But I'm always glad to bring on guests from this great state of North Carolina. So without further ado, I am very happy to introduce to you Sweet Potato Pie. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey. Hi.
Hey,
hello.
There we go.
I think I've got everybody on. I had you on hold briefly while I was trying to get the show started. So, and I'm hoping that my voice is going to hold out through it all. So we'll just hope. But thank you so very much. One, for being here today, and also for being able to reschedule and be here. Because I know a lot of times when you're in music, you know, depending upon your performance schedule, it's very hard to have an interview on the weekend. So thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Thanks for having us on.
Well, I'm so excited about you guys and have been following you for a while because, first of all, being from the state of North Carolina, you know, that's just near and dear to my heart personally. But I love bluegrass music, and I love the way you all perform it. And I guess we probably should start at the beginning and just talk a little bit about how Sweet Potato Pie was formed.
Well, if you go back to the year 2000, a couple of ladies, myself, Penny Oman, and Angela Murphy, were wanting to just learn how to play acoustic instruments. And it's unusual because most bands, when they start, most people already know how to play before they, form a band. But we kind of went at it at a different angle. We had no intentions to start a band, but we just wanted to learn to play. But as we learned to play, people started inviting us to come and play for events, and so we thought, well, gosh, if we're going to do that, we might as well come up with a name, and that's when we decided, after much thought, we said we should be called Sweet Potato Pie, and so that's how we formed. In fact, January the 28th will be our 14th season of being Sweet Potato Pie.
Well, congratulations on that. That is no small feat, and 14 years as a band. And I'm sure through the years you've seen many changes and many things and challenges and triumphs along the way. And one thing I'm curious about, as I'm sure many people are, how did you come up with the name Sweet Potato Pie?
Well, it had two criteria, Dawn. One, it had to be memorable, and it had to make you smile when you said it. And we had probably maybe 20 names on the board. And we put them on a dry erase board, and as we would think of them, and then when it got down to narrowing it down, we had those two criteria, and it really came down to stump slung chitlins or sweet potato pie.
I think I know which one won out, without a doubt, right?
Well, it was a close toss-up there, but I think we picked a good one.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
I'm so glad we picked that one.
Well, I'm sitting here thinking, if you tried to say the other one 10 times really fast, you get so tongue-tied, you would forget in the process what the name of it was. So, yes, I think Sweet Potato Pie is very memorable. And also, being such a staple here in the state of North Carolina with sweet potatoes, being so, available and things like that, it's just, I think it's very fitting.
Well, it is. In fact, we are sponsored in part by the North Carolina sweet potato growers, so we love that, and we do. As we travel around, we tell people about the benefits of sweet potatoes. We always take sweet potato pies to our venue, just in the right size where people can have their own personal pie, and I'm grateful to have that as something that we can represent as we go out of the state and tell people about that. And it would be easier to do that than to have to take chitlins with us. I mean, that would be really hard.
Yeah, and I don't know of any chitlin companies here in North Carolina that can sponsor you either, So, and I just want you to know that one of my really good friends is listening in. She lives in Illinois, and I'm sure as she's sitting here listening, she's going to ask me off air, what in the world are chitlins? I can just imagine now. So, Pam, just trust me, we'll talk later. But it's really, unless you're in the South, you just don't understand. But no, I really, in 14 years, you guys have had so much success. I mean, you played all over the place. And I'm not talking just here in North Carolina. I mean, you've branched out. You've traveled all over, the United States. I mean, you've been on so many different programs and so forth. But out of all the things that you've done, what would you consider to be one or two of the things that are just the most memorable for you guys as a band, that you've either accomplishment, achievement, or just something that you've had the opportunity to do?
Well, let me just real briefly, Dawn, before we get into that, let me tell you who else is on the call with us. Of course,
sure.
Because these girls are going to have different thoughts and feelings about that, and I'd really love to hear what they have to say. Crystal Richardson, who is playing banjo, she sings, she writes, she does everything there is to do with sweet potato pie. How many years has it been, Chris? Almost 7, 8 years now?
Yeah, we're working on we're getting close to 8.
Wow. And then Sandy Whitley, who is playing bass with us. It's been at least 2 years, Sandy, almost 3 now?
Yeah, it'll be 3 years in June. So
awesome. And then our newest member is Carrie Webster, and she plays an incredible fiddle, and she's been with us for almost 2 years now, right, Carrie?
No, year and a half.
Well, hey, we'll stretch and say 2.
Well, welcome to all of you.
Thank you.
So anyway, in the 14 years, almost 14 years that we've been doing this, there's been a couple that have been memorable to me, but I'd be curious as to what they would say because it might be different for them. I'd say one would be when we went to Branson. Wouldn't you say, Chris? That was kind of a cool thing.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. That was a good time.
And then I would think when we did that broadcast from the Ernest Tubbs Music Store that night that they inducted, who was that? George Hamilton IV. They came and gave him a special recognition. That was really a neat thing when we did a live show from there.
Yeah, because Jim Ed Brown was there.
Yeah, that's right.
And Tanya was a little starstruck, psycho, hilarious. It was so sweet though, but it was awesome. And Jan Howard was there, and it was just a really, really fun night. That was a big memory for me as well.
So I think those two, but I would say the more recent thing that we have done that I thought was really so much fun was we got to play at the Outer Banks Festival right here in North Carolina, Dawn, and that was this year in October. If you haven't been to that, you've got to go. But we were on the lineup with Rhonda Vincent, Dole Lawson, Daly and Vincent. Who else did I miss, guys? That was really neat, and we did an all-gospel show. It was an all-gospel day because it was on a Sunday. And I don't know, what else did you guys, what do you remember that you really have enjoyed?
I enjoyed the cruise. We went on a Bluegrass cruise last year.
So,
and that was really fun. We were on there with Larry Stevenson, and I don't remember who else. Several different people were on there. And
Larry Butler.
Jerry Butler and the Blue Jays and Larry Stevenson and we were on it. I think there were a couple more too. So that was a lot of fun. That was something really different for me. So we were there gone for about 4 days and did a couple shows a day. So that was a lot of fun. So
Oh, that is just so cool. I mean, and when I think about all the success you've had and just listen to you talk about all the things that kind of stand out in each of your minds as to what has been a personal highlight and a group highlight, man, I mean, and then I think about how much is yet to come for you guys. I mean, I remember seeing you on Song of the Mountain program on PBS a couple years ago and thinking, oh, my gosh, these girls are from North Carolina. Hello. And, you know, I mean, it's interesting how well you not only represent the state of North Carolina, but the whole genre of bluegrass because, you know, it seems like that there are more and more, not many, but there, you know, that you guys have kind of set a precedence for all female bluegrass bands in the state. Not only have you shown that it can be done, but I think you've inspired many who are now starting, you know, not only from North Carolina, but just all over the place to get together and form bands, and you're really just taking the bluegrass world by storm in terms of what you are doing as a band, which I think is just phenomenal.
Well,
wow,
that is so nice to hear.
I don't know that it's us that started it, but and because I know there's been other female bands before us, but we definitely have. You have to look at things a different way when it's all women. We have to be there to support each other 150% no matter what we do, and we use each, you know, Sonia's got this fantastic team mentality that that really just pours into each and every one of us that ever joined the band. It's just, you know, she played basketball for UNCW, and she knows how to use the tools that you've got and put them in the places that they can excel and really do well. And we will work a song and sing it 4 different ways with people doing 3 and 4 different parts. And when the song is happy, we are happy. and that's something that you don't see much among women. And I hope that you know maybe other women will start to do that a little more and lift each other up and be supportive of each other.
Well, because for all of us, and each person has a different story, but you know, first and foremost, we're all we're wives and we're mothers, and we do that before we ever hit the road with each other. And you know, we have to make sure that everything is settled as much as we can at home before we leave, and that's a very different experience, I think. And I think that's why a lot of female bands are challenged by that, because you really have to have the support of your family to be able to be out in a way, because you are so central to what happens at home. And, you know, we're so excited when we do get to play together or practice or do a show, that I think all of that just comes out from the music. We actually really get along very well, and if we were not playing music at all, we would want to hang out and do stuff together. So I think that's a real plus for us at this point.
Oh, that's awesome. And I want to speak to that for a moment about, you know, how you guys balance home life, because Crystal, you know, in particular, I know your husband, Kevin, he's also got his own bluegrass gig going on, and he's busy. And for you two particularly, how do you guys balance that? Because I know just as you know, the 4 of you being in a band and being on the road and going and playing different places is one thing in itself. But, you know, Crystal, for you and Kevin, I mean, gosh, that's got to be quite a logistic challenge at times, I would imagine.
Well, it can be. Kevin goes one way and I go the next. You know, we split on Thursday and come back together on Sunday, but we are blessed with the fact of God's timing to put us in this situation, because our children are, my son is 17. He's the youngest that we have actually at home living with us. So our children are older, in college, so it's easier for us. We don't have the small children to worry about so much at home right now. So a lot of ours has been timing. But, yeah, we have to work at being together when we are together, when we're both home. So absolutely, yeah. You have to just make a conscious effort to do that, to make that time happen.
Yeah. But, and for any of you, do you find it challenging in any way?
I don't know, Sandy or Carrie, y'all care to comment on that? Everybody is juggling something to be able to leave, and it could be another
Carrie
job
has a little
or family schedule. Yeah. Right. Carrie still has a 3-year-old at home.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard for me to leave him but it's getting easier. He's almost 4 now. But when I first joined the band, he was still 2, and I felt really guilty leaving him for any extended period of time. So, like, when I first joined the band, I would fly to a gig and then fly home and not make any money. But for me, it was worth it. For me, it was worth it just to be in the band.
Well, you know, especially for you, I think your son, being that he is so young, and as he gets older and he learns what you do, he's only going to admire you that much more, and that is going to teach him so much that you don't even realize probably at this point, because of your dedication on not with the band, but just being a mother and being able to find that balance and to show him that is possible. You know, that you can do it if you really try. And I think, Crystal, you hit the nail on the head about, you know, you really have to put forth that effort to make it work and make it happen.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And Gabe loves being on stage, too. So Carrie's little boy is going to be a great little fiddler and singer and all that. He sang with us on our Christmas show last month, and he's just adorable. He's absolutely awesome. I love him.
In fact, you know, they say start him young, you know.
Well, and he is destined for greatness. But if you go to our Facebook page, Sweet Potato Pie's Facebook page, you'll see some clips of Gabe as well as Sweet Potato Pie, you know, singing and doing some stuff at Christmas. So if you want to see what Gabe's all about, you'll have to check him out. He is certainly a cutie pie.
When he wakes up from his nap, I'm going to tell him that his name was mentioned on the radio. He'll be so happy.
He'll be so excited. Well, now we're in a brand new year. You guys had a great year last year, and talk a little bit about what's some of the things you have on tap for 2014.
Well, you know, interesting enough, we don't do very many shows here in North Carolina, although we do have a few more this year, it looks like, at this particular point than we did last year. We're going to be playing in Stanford. We're going to be playing at Wesleyan College to start with. But we are going out to Branson again, which we're very excited about in May for a couple of days. And those are a couple of things that stand out in my mind. I can't even remember what else we're doing, but
I remember that we're taking a beach trip.
Oh, yeah. That's right. We get to play down at Hilton Head for a couple of shows. So
that'd be nice.
Yeah, beach trips are always nice. 80 degrees is my happy place.
Exactly. I know what you're saying there, for sure. Well, and in terms of that, are you guys going to be playing any festivals this year in the area, or, you know, are you going back down to the Outer Banks? I know that they're already, you know, promoting that pretty heavily for, I think September is the target date for the Outer Banks Bluegrass Festival this year, and so I was just curious if you guys will be involved with that again.
We probably will not go back this year because we had been there for 2 years. We were there for the first year, and then we came back for the second year, and so I imagine they're going to rotate some new artists through there, and I know they're going to have an incredible lineup. And hopefully we'll be back at another time. But, yes, I'm sure we'll be involved in some festivals and things. And we just don't have any on the schedule right now.
Well, in terms of new music, are you working on anything new that we can expect to hear from you this year at some point?
That is something. New music for us is something that happens weekly. We are always working on new stuff. You know, we've just had the Christmas CD come out, and then the Brand New Day CD came out. So we're trying to we've got a lot of new stuff that we're working on in the band for our live shows.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows what's going to happen, but we are always changing. I think every show is different that we do because we've set a goal actually this year. It was Carrie's idea, a new song every show.
Oh, that is really cool.
So at least one new song every performance that we have, you know, that we'll perform. So that's our new goal, but we are always working on new music because we're women, we get bored. We got to change it up.
That is so true. I mean, I think it's in our DNA or something. We have to always be busy doing something, right?
Oh, yeah. If we're not changing up music or something, I'm going to have to rearrange my living room, and I just get really tired of doing that.
And that's nowhere near as productive, right?
Right, absolutely. And now Sandy's singing more with us, so we've got to get some more material with Sandy singing.
Well, absolutely. I mean, this is kind of the great thing about sweet potato pie. You come into the band with a certain toolbox of things that you know how to do, and some of them you're not willing to do on stage yet. And within a period of time, you know, you're doing things that you never expected to do. And I think that's the great thing, is because everybody is willing to do whatever needs to be done for the song to work, or the music to work, or the show to work. And it's the thing that's different about this particular group that I think is I always have loved, and that is, it's never about the individual. It's always about the band and the group and the music. And we try to do the things that we think that the audience is going to enjoy, and hopefully that comes through when they see us.
Well, there is no doubt in talking with you that you do have a collective team spirit, which I love. I'm a team player myself, and I feel like you can accomplish so much more when you work as a team than when you try to work individually within a team. And so that definitely shines through in the performances that I've seen you guys put on, and just in your music in itself. When you hear the harmonies and how it's presented, you can definitely tell that is in place. And I think that is probably a huge, you know, credit to your success through the years as a band, because you have that unison, which, you know, can be hard to find in bands sometimes, and especially among women, you know, how that can be. So yeah, I really believe that is one of the secrets to your success, and will continue to be as you go forth. So without a doubt, I can't wait to see what this year's going to hold for you, and definitely want to get out to see you guys at some point in time, somewhere, or a place or two or three. So we look forward to that for sure.
Well, thank you, Dawn, and we would welcome you to come to any show and be backstage with us, or do whatever you would like to do to enjoy some sweet potato pie. It is a unique show. It's a unique sound. I think when people, you know, not sure what they think about us, or our music, you know, sometimes they're like, well, are you bluegrass, or are you country, or are you folk? What are you? And I think we just call it that we're sweetgrass. We have taken all the things that we love about these different genres of music, and we put our own twist on it. And, you know, that is the sound that we do. We don't even know what it is. It doesn't sound like anybody else, but when you hear it on the radio, you go, oh, well, that's sweet potato pie right there.
Exactly. That's your sound, undoubtedly, sweet potato pie. So, ladies, thank you so very much for being our special guest today. And, again, thank you for rescheduling and being at my mercy the other day. I really appreciate that more than you know, and just wish you much continued success this year and beyond. And God bless you as you go forth.
Thank you so much, Dawn.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care, and Happy New Year to all of you.
All right. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
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 Oh, folks, what a great group of ladies. And I must tell you, if you have never experienced sweet potato pie, and in two ways, via this group of wonderful ladies that we've just heard from, or if you've never actually had sweet potato pie, which looks just like pumpkin pie, and a lot of the same ingredients go into it as pumpkin pie, it's very good. You really should try it. But the best way to get it is just to go out to one of their shows, and you can get you one. But if you want to check out them on social media, you can visit their website. They are at sweet-potato-pie.com, and you can also visit them on Facebook at Sweet Potato Pie. Also, you can go to Twitter, and they are at Sweet Potato Pie _. Make sure the underscore is behind the name, and you'll be able to find them there. They are just a wonderful band, so I hope that you certainly enjoyed our interview with them today. And before we close, I want to play a couple tunes from them that I think you will thoroughly enjoy. The first one I'm going to play is their cover of the Judds tune, Rockin' with the Rhythm of the Rain. I must tell you, they do a bang-up job on it. And also following Sweet Blue-Eyed Darling. Take a listen.
Porch swing, listen to the light rain, breathing on the tin roof, baby, just me and you, rocking with the rhythm of the rain. Slide on over, baby, hold me closer, moving to and fro, playing like a slow freight train, rocking with the rhythm of the rain. Let that breeze keep flowing. Oh, my heart will never be the same. And keep that sweet feeling flowing until a lifetime. Me and my baby rocking with the rhythm of the rain. Listen to the light rain beating on the tin roof, baby, just me and you, rocking with the rhythm of the rain. Right on over, baby, hold me closer, moving to and fro, playing like a slow freight train, rocking with the rhythm of the rain. Let that breeze keep flowing. Oh, my heart will never be the same. Keep that sweet feeling until a lifetime. Me and my baby rocking with the rhythm of the rain. Oh, me and my baby rocking with the rhythm of the rain. You're my sweet blue-eyed darling, and my love belongs to you. All I am of you, my darling, is love me good, and be true. Days come and go, and I still love you, and I see your smiling face. Tell me, love, that you need me, and no one's gonna take my place. 'Cause you're my sweet blue-eyed darling, and my love belongs to you. All I am, my darling, love me good and be true. And today I need an answer, and I want to hear you say you don't belong to another, and in my arms you're gonna stay, 'cause you're my sweet blue-eyed darling, and my love belongs to you. All I am, my darling, love me good and be true. My darling, just love me good and be true.
Sweet Potato Pie there with a couple of tunes, Rocking with the Rhythm of the Rain and Sweet Blue-Eyed Darling. And we want to thank Sweet Potato Pie for being our special guest on our show today. And again, many thanks to them for being able to reschedule. We were supposed to do this on Thursday night, and I have been so sick for the last almost week with terrible cough, cold, sore throat, you know, all the usual symptoms that are just, I think, plaguing the whole United States right now, not just central to my area, but oh my gosh, there's so much stuff going around. So I hope that you're not sick and that you're staying well out there. And if you are, I hope you feel better very soon, because believe me, I feel your pain. But great show, great group of ladies, and if you get a chance to check them out when they come to a town near you, please go do so. They put on a great show. I myself hope to get out and see them this year, and certainly know that it's going to be worth every moment of going to see them. So we definitely look forward to that. We have got a great week ahead. This today officially kicks off our 2014 year on Bluegrass Planet Radio. We are still a fairly new radio show, but man, we have had so much good, positive response and support from everyone out there in the Bluegrass community since we started this. So we want to say a huge thank you to all of you for that. Greatly appreciate that. And we are going to be bringing you some really great IBMA artists, mainstream artists. We're going to be bringing you indie, bluegrass, country, folk, and Americana artists on our show for this year. We've got so much planned, so much, to do, we want to do. So to represent this genre of music as a whole. So we are very, very excited for what's to come. And if you are a Darren and Brooke Aldridge fan, you will definitely want to be sure to tune in Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. They will be here on our show. We'll be talking to them about their latest CD and what they have in store for 2014. So we are definitely looking forward to that. And that is going to do it for today, folks. Thank you so much for bearing with me as I try to get through this show today with this horrible voice. Still not there yet, but thank you so very much for tuning in. And again, we want to say a huge thank you to Sweet Potato Pie for being with us. So with that, have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. If you're enduring some of this horrible weather that we're having throughout the U.S., please be safe. Try not to go out if you don't have to, and stay in and just listen to some great music, whatever it may be. And so thanks so much, and we'll see you again real soon. Take care all. Good night. You've been listening to Bluegrass Planet Radio. Find us on the web at bluegrassplanetradio.com, on Twitter at Bluegrass Planet, and on Facebook at Bluegrass Planet Radio. Thank you for joining us.